Hi, I'm Diana and I'm here to show you how to make homemade suckers in your own kitchen at home. First of all, to get started, of course, you need molds. We need to make sure we grease them. When you first get your molds, make sure you wash them with soapy water. I just use shortening and put it on the inside of each mold. Some people like to use the sprays. I prefer the shortening. Molds will come with a clamp, and you put the clamp on it and then you set it down. Next is I'm going to show you how to set up the platform of what you want to set your molds on. What I do is I use the cinder leaf in my laminate table, and then you put down aluminum foil down on it. Make sure it's all pressed out. Try not to have any wrinkles. I use a Tupperware to try to smooth it out the best I can. The smoother it is, then you won't have wrinkles on the back of your molds. Now we're going to place our grease molds that we greased on our platform. Trust me, when you use aluminum foil, it really works really good. They don't stick. You really want to use foil. Some people use a marble hat, or you can use the back of a cookie sheet also and put your foil on it. It helps real good, and it helps that if you don't have a laminate leaf to your table. So we can go from there. Setting up your molds, you want to make sure you put them all out flat. I like to put them to where the sticks are to the outside. Now is when you're going to put all your sticks in your molds. You're going to place them in your molds. You can come up close if you want. Place it in your molds to where it sticks up to where you know it's going to get candy, hard candy on your molds. And then you're going to just lay them down. Make sure they're centered in the middle. And you're going to put a stick on every mold. And that's how you set up your sucker molds. Okay, for these suckers that I'm doing, I'm going to do the heart-shaped suckers, of course, and I'm going to use what you call the icing decorations that you can get at any store. It's like the cupcake toppers or any kind of toppers like that. And you want to make sure you have them off. You take them off, follow the directions to take them off, and have them laid out ready to put on your suckers, because you'll want to put them on while your sucker candy is hot and you poured it out. I use any kind. You can get any kind, teddy bears, hearts, and there's all different kinds of shapes and sizes of the hearts. And these are the ones I like to use. We're ready. Let's get started. First of all, what we're going to need to get this syrup going is a 2-quart saucepan, some water. We're going to put 1 cup of water. We're going to use corn syrup, which is 2/3 cup corn syrup. We have already pre-measured everything out, so we can just get this going. Next, we're going to do 2 cups of sugar. A little bit more because my container didn't hold it. And that's it. That's all you need to get started with your suckers. We're going to turn the heat on. Okay, here we are. We're back again. And we're going to show you the hard crackle. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. This is cold water in the cup. You just take your spoon a little bit, dribble it in, and it crackles. And it's done. So you turn the heat off. Now is when you put your food coloring and your flavoring in. We are going to be making cherry cheesecake. So we're going to put cheesecake. It takes a teaspoon. And then I'm going to put Another teaspoon of cherry. That's cherry cheesecake this time. In order to get your coloring, it smells so good. I wish you could smell it. We're gonna put some red food coloring in. Let's put it on the end of the knife. Stir it in. And I like my cheesecake to be kind of a lighter color. So I use a whitener, and you put the whitener in, and you just stir it all in together. And it makes a little bit of paler pink. You can still see it bubbling a little bit. You want to make sure it's stirred in, because you don't want any streaks anywhere. Always use a wooden spoon also. The plastic spoons, as hot as this crackling stage candy gets, it will melt your other spoons. So now we are ready to pour it into our molds. Molds set up, and you have to be very careful. This is very hot. And you're going to just pour it in slowly till it gets to the top, and go to your next mold. As it settles, the bubbles will go out. After you have all your molds poured full, then you keep putting your candies. Just lay them inside your molds, because the heat from the syrup will make your candy lay-on stick. And you can use any kind for Easter, Valentines, Christmas, any of them, and it works really good. We're going to have lots of love and hugs and kisses here. And that's it for right now. We're going to let these cool. Whenever they've cooled down a little bit, we'll be taking them out of the molds, and we'll be back to show you how to do that. Lift them off of the foil. They have cooled, and all you do is you lift them up. They come right off. Okay. And when you're finished with that, then you're going to pop the clip off, and you're going to pull slightly. They'll come and release pretty easy. Try a different one. If they're not cooled enough, they're not going to pop off real easy, so you have to wait a while. Here we go. And they come right out of the molds. When you get them out of the molds, you want to put them and make sure they're ready. Don't pull them hard. Let them come off easy, because if you don't, you'll mess up your molds, and you won't be able, they will lose their shape. So when you're finished and you get them out of the molds, you're going to put them in the plastic bags. You're just going to open up the plastic bag and put them straight in the bag. You want to keep them sealed and in the bag, because if you don't, they'll be real sticky and gooey, and they'll be sticking together, and you won't like it. Okay, we're ready. We've got them all bagged up. So, all bagged up. Then now we're just going to tie ribbon. I just use this simple ribbon. Tie it once. Make a knot. And then I just curl it to make it look fancy. And that's our conclusion of putting our suckers together. This is the cleanup. It's so easy. You just put your pan in the sink, hot water, and let it go. Just let the hot water go in there, and it will dissolve the hard candy, and before you know it, you will have a clean pan. All done and ready to start again at the next one.